Welcome to We Are Something Else, episode 171. The best. Let's just take a brief moment, real quick. All right, fellas, we are here. We're here. CB E Rich, episode 171, the best. Before we get into the show, before we get into the main topics. How's everybody doing? Come off mute. How's your week been?
Week's been good, bro. Ready for the weekend. And I mean, I honestly don't gotta say much. We know who the week is dedicated to. It's my brother from the West Coast. This is his week, so it's a good week.
Yes, sir. E Rich, happy birthday, bro.
Appreciate
Again.
it. Again, right? Yeah. Listen, man, the month of May is always seems to be some good people got some birthdays in the month of May. Listen, weeks flying by. Definitely need this 3-day weekend for sure. Might even take the extra day off after that just to extend that weekend because shit's been crazy. One of my boss's favorite saying, "Bitches be crazy," even though that's get you to HR right away. Yeah, man. Listen, it's Thursday. We got some good topics, and again, we start off the show exactly where we needed to with that quick photos of Tina Turner. Man, it's crazy when you realize like all the stuff that she did.
Got birthday shout out from Ren E.
Thank you, Ren.
Anissa, welcome.
Anissa, what's good?
Look, fellas, we're gonna jump right into it. Found my graphic here. Give me a second. I forgot. I'm working on two computers. I'm looking at the wrong screen.
The magic behind the scenes.
Let's wrap. So yesterday the news came down. We lost another icon, a legend. And I use that. I can't use that term lightly because you're talking about pioneer. Like all of the major words you can use to depict somebody. That's Tina Turner. And I'm gonna right now. This wasn't originally on our show notes, but I mean, we have to talk about it. So I'm gonna run down some things and just get you guys' opinions and say what you got to say. Born Anna Mae Bullock, November 26, 1939. She was the queen of rock and roll. Queen of rock and roll. All right. I'm just going down the facts. She became a citizen of Switzerland in 2013. I think she had actually renounced her citizenship to the U.S. and fully lived in Switzerland. Known for being a survivor. She is definitely the ultimate survivor. We know of domestic violence through her marriage and relationship with Ike Turner. 1980. So after Ike and Tina split, divorced, I think that was in 78. 1980, she led the biggest comeback known to a person. 1980, she led her comeback. 1984, she went multi-platinum with the album Private Dancer, which had Private Dancer, What's Love Got to Do with It on it. What's Love Got to Do with It won Album of the Year, and she won a Grammy for that as well. At 44, she was the oldest female solo to top the Hot 100. 44. Wow. She also acted. A lot of people who've seen Mad Max, she was in that with Mel Gibson. 2009, she retired from music after her 50th anniversary tour. It was a big tour because Oprah followed her. If y'all remember, Oprah followed her throughout that whole tour and did all her shows on tour with Tina. 12 Grammys, 3 Grammy Hall of Fames, inducted twice in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. One was as Ike and Tina, and the other one as a solo artist. That was 1991. And in 2021, solo artist. What can you say? And then obviously you had the movie in 93, What's Love Got to Do with It, starring Angela Bassett and Lawrence Fishburne. Amazing movie if you haven't seen it. check it out. But I want to get you guys feels on, Tina Turner. Were you aware of her music? Do you have a favorite song? How does this hit you? I know this hits me a little different because I know my grandmother is a huge Tina Turner fan, and there's a bunch of songs she used to play growing up. And so I haven't talked to her since the news came down. So I need to check in and see how she's doing, how she's taking it, because they're around the same age. So when you start to see people around your same age and people that you listen to or entertains you or that you were close with, that's tough. But let's start with you, E. You had the show last night, and you played a Tina Turner record or so. Let's start with you.
Yeah, kind of the sentiments that you said. I mean, first of all, just our accolades are what they are, in that right. You can't take that away from her. And I think she's one of the first where we talk about the movie, right? But behind the scenes, the fact that she worked with Angela Bassett to the walk. I mean, and what the best person to damn near take that role, Angela Bassett. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the physique, the whole, just her demeanor was that. But I think that kind of speaks a lot to it. A lot of these, unfortunately, some of these celebrities or these people pass, and then it's left up to other people to kind of tell their story. And I think with that being done the way that it was, it probably opened up the eyes to the younger generation who didn't know about her. If you didn't hear about them from like your parents or your uncles, your aunties or something like that. My Dukes really liked Tina Turner for sure, played her songs. So, definitely remember hearing it Saturdays, cleaning up. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't out of pocket to hear a Tina song come through. Even Pops, you know what I'm saying? We say it's laughable now because we have to find humor and all. But I mean, as soon as you hear, Proud Mary and you hear Ike come in with the very low baritones, you laugh because you know what I mean. You see his demeanor in the movie, but then you also see him in person. It's just like, it's crazy. But shout out to everybody. Listen, Tina was, you talk about a great person. I mean, we didn't know her personally, but just you would think that the way that she affected people and just the people around her, great person, great soul, and definitely going to be missed for sure.
Yeah. CB.
I mean, we're talking about a legend. And I mean, you titled the episode the best, you know what I mean? So
Yep.
she is worthy of that title. You talk about at one time being a Guinness World Record holder for it was like the largest paying audience to see a single performer.
That's true.
Like 180,000 people at the time was the Guinness World Record. That's Tina Turner. So, I mean, she's got some songs that are legit classics that the younger kids, they might hear today and not even realize that that's Tina Turner. You know what I mean? So, I think that from a musical standpoint, her legacy was cemented decades ago. Thankfully, music is something that really can live forever. So even though Tina has passed, and honestly, we know that she dealt with an illness for a while, but 82 or that's still young, when you think about it. So glad that we still have the music that's going to carry on, forever. So it's one of those things. Anytime what's love got to do with it comes on, it's gonna hit just a little bit harder.
There you go. Couple things I just thought about. So you're talking about a pivotal leader for women, right? For women in domestic violence, or just at an older age, showing that you can still get out there and do what you need to do and be successful. But let's dive a little deeper, not just women, but what a leader for Black women, right? We don't see too many images like this portraying of Black women on any kind of level a lot, So this one, and what a life of music that we have come across. We've been blessed to live in. We've seen an abundance amount of legends. Like music like this does not really exist anymore. And talking about Aretha Franklin, Tina Turner, you got Whitney Houston. I mean,
You're not putting mumble rap up there, bro?
Nah, bro. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. There, I don't know a legend of mumble rap. Future. I don't know. Is he a legend? I don't know. But I appreciate, first of all, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. And look, I appreciate her legacy and what she did for just the culture of music in general. Like I said, she switched up her style from blues, R&B ish back then to straight like rock. And she found her lane outside of. She reinvented herself and just created a whole new lane. So look, we'll miss her. And tomorrow on AMP, I'm telling you now, I'm gonna open up with a couple Tina songs before we get into the meat of the show itself. All right. Now, I need everybody's attention here. I need everybody's attention in the room just to listen to this story. I could have posted the pictures, but I'm not going to post the pictures because this one hits home. It's very close in proximity to me and CB. So, on May 16th, 2 Hyundais were seen in a parking lot. And for those who don't know what's happening in the DMV area, or I guess all over right now, the biggest thing on TikTok was people showing people how to steal Hyundais with a USB cord, right? That became the TikTok challenge. But anyways,
Yep.
So nowadays when you see a Hyundai, first assumption is like, damn, I wonder if that's stolen. But anyways, 2 Hyundais seen in a parking lot. Police run the tags. Sure enough, the 2 Hyundais were reported stolen. A brief chase was ensued. Suspect got out and ran, hid in the woods or something, but they were apprehended. Juveniles. Of course, it's all juveniles. At the detention center, you get a call, obviously. They called their chaperone, whoever their chaperone was, to show up and come get us out of jail. Well, or guardian. 2 women show up, get out of a Hyundai to go in to get these juveniles out of detention center, take them home, and guess what? They show up in a stolen Hyundai to pick up these kids. Cops say that the Hyundai pulled up. They noticed something suspicious about it because the back window was busted out. After the women were dropped off, the Hyundai left. Again, another brief chase was ensued. Driver apprehended. All of them were locked up. Now, I don't know what's in the water these days. Are you that bold to think that no one's going to notice? First of all, you're in a Hyundai. I'm assuming every Hyundai is stolen nowadays. Let's just get your thoughts. Let's just get your thoughts. I don't know what the CB. Let's start with you.
So one of my best friends growing up, because Hyundai, it's not like those cars have been around for like a long ass time. Like I feel like they came into existence, during our lifetime. You know what I mean? And the Sonata, one of my boys' families, they had like 3 of those joints. And so, we're just like, oh, it's just Hyundai. Like it's just another car, whatever. And then the TikTok challenge comes out, and it's just literally showing people how to steal this stuff. Like you said, Kalea, with like a USB cable or whatever it was. And it really is just hilarious. Like, how are we not living in a simulation that this is what's going on? Like
fucking Grand Theft Auto.
And you better believe I'm really holding back from making the back blown out jokes when you mentioned the back window. So, we got to transition. Go to E.
Go ahead, E.
Thank you for the assist. Listen, man. Grand Theft Auto has been around since the beginning of time. In that sense, as far as just autos, again, you talk about want to just bring it up. I mean, shit. At one point in time, I mean, they literally made New Jersey Drive strictly for the culture of stealing cars at around that time. Now, again, where they commit murders and all that stuff, it was more or less if it was just about joyriding into somebody else's car, a nicer car, whatever the case may be. Out here they used to steal the 5.0s. Like that was just a given. Anybody who had low riders, your Dayton's was getting knocked off with a rubber hammer. I mean, not that I know anything about that. I'm just saying that that's probably what they. Well, we had the internet, so they didn't post it. They was writing it on notes and shit. But anyway, so nah, man, listen, this shit is getting. First of all, we're at the age where we can call that shit goofy because it's really at this point where it serves no purpose. What they think won't hurt them, now still come back later on, and it's only a matter of time before they start, creeping into people's driveways or like now.
Absolutely, Anissa.
Cash is getting blasted on like for less. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You look like you suspicious coming to the door, which I know the segue probably going into the next thing, if I remember correctly, if you do it, what you sent us. But yeah, I mean, it's on site with that now. You know what I mean? And it's like, how stupid are you if you want to put a target on yourself to where, we talked about it before.
Somebody got shot at a high school around here over $1 in a cupcake 2 days ago.
People were getting killed over Popeye's sandwiches.
Yeah, around here.
Like what the bro?
I mean, again, the senseless part of it. I mean, I remember in high school, like this homeless dude that had a pistol ended up shooting this cat in the face because he wouldn't give him 10 cents or something like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like at this point, it's the cause of when you don't value life in itself. And that's the thing, we talk about, watch where you are and who you around and all that good stuff. And
head on the swivel.
Yeah, not only that, but just like I said, man, just know your surroundings, right? Like, you're not going to put yourself in certain positions that we probably were when we was younger, when we thought we was invincible.
Right.
Even though some of us didn't think we was, because like I said, we all got stories, whether it was high school or, college, or getting out of a situation that went bad, had you been there, 10 minutes or 5 minutes after or before. So, I mean, at this point, bro, it's like, it's not going to be nothing until it's one of those, like, people that are defending their property and like their family against everybody who wishes to take stuff that these people work hard for, and it's going to get ugly before it's going to get better.
Yeah. And speaking of stories, I tell a lot of stories in the chats during the week on the app. I got a lot of stories. But yeah, you said head on the swivel, right? Yeah. Let's talk about these things right here. Now, look, there's not one particular story that I have in mind, but there's the thing is it's not one, but it's several stories that come to mind with this. What they call it, the shiesty.
Yeah.
Now, for those who don't know what shiesty is, rapper Pooh Shiesty, that's his name, right? Is famous for wearing these and creating a cultural phenomenon for his followers to wear this mask. The problem is in the winter, this is probably amazing, right? Your face is all warm.
We just got out of a 2.5 year. You're stuck at home. If you're going into public, you better be covered up, period of time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So this was somewhat acceptable, but we are almost 2 years removed from being on lockdown, and we are well into the 80-degree weather around here in the DMV area. And I'm seeing these cats wearing these masks as a fashion statement, as I don't know. But most of the time, when the sad part is, now I'm judging a book by its cover because I can. Every time I see a news story about somebody getting robbed or a suspect or footage from a camera, they're wearing these damn masks. So now these masks are being associated with crime. Now, but that not all people who wear these are committing crimes. They just want to have a fashion statement. They want to wear, tank tops, shorts, and a shiesty. It's crazy. Now, let's get your thoughts. This is they need to ban these damn things. They need to stop selling them. because again, they're associated with crime. And if I see somebody walk up on me one of these things, my first defense is
for sure. I'll say it. I just had a birthday, so bro, the young God is old, but I mean, we were, our parents was concerned about us wearing starter coats that you could still see us in. You know what I'm saying? Like, you had that Dallas coat on out here. That means you was from a certain set. You had that Bulls coat on, you was from a certain set. You had that LA Kings one on, you was from a certain set. Now it's just everybody, all these kids think it's the Wild Wild West, and it's, you know what I mean? Like, I'm that person. Again, man, it's beyond it's beyond one of those situations where, this is like, you bring a kid into this world and you're just like, this is the foolishness and the nonsense, right? Because they see it, they probably want to be like everybody else that's on there. You just gotta, this is where you separate the ones that really make it out. Absolutely. And the ones that really understand, like, something subtle like this. And like you said, you hope it doesn't get to that effect, because, that's what we was about. Your parents would be like, you go to a school, yes, you have that starter jacket on because you earned it, but little did they know, you know what I mean? It's one of those situations that somebody's either picking on you or whatever the case. I think in this is what we were doing didn't put us in that position to be gunned down by any and everybody. Whereas the starter coats and other things that we wore in that sense was more or less just more of a fad in regards to the shit that was going on around the area.
And so, again, we're back to the most, if we break this all the way down, is these kids are being influenced by the music or their artists or their idol. So Ja Morant, something as simple as a mask, is influencing these kids, right? And we're in a situation here. I didn't write this in as a story, but this was what's happening here in our area. There was a school bus. So a school bus let out over around in Temple Hills the other day, right? 3 kids got on wearing these masks between the ages of 13 and 15. Got on the bus and attempted to kill another kid that was on this bus. Luckily, the gun jammed, the bullets fell out, and they didn't kill him.
It was like gun to the head type shit.
Gun to the head type thing. But then it came out that a girl is the one who put the hit out on this kid that's on this bus. She's on the bus texting these other kids, letting them know when it's time for them to come on the bus to kill his kid. Now, I'm talking about more than a mask now, but they are wearing the mask, right? And it gets even deeper because yesterday they announced that the one suspect that they can't find, this 15-year-old kid that they cannot find, the one that had the gun, a couple of days later, he killed the sister of one of the guys he was with that day to kill the kid on the bus.
Shit's wild.
So it is, where are the parents? The parents are wearing these masks too. That's the problem.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
But see, real quick, before you go, let me just say this, because this is one of those things, right? And like I said, I can't speak about it for anybody else's area, right?
That's a good point, Carlo. I see
right? That. And from where I'm from, right? That's where a lot of the, if you will, trust issues as far as with certain females comes from, is because 9 times out of 10, it started because a female didn't like something and they ended up calling their brother or their cousin. And out here, that is a predominant thing of how people get blasted on and get set up, get sent somewhere because they think this girl is really digging them, and the whole time she's got it out for them.
Setting them up,
the whole 9. So listen, man, it's one of those things where at the end of the day, listen, man, these kids is going to be wild. Like I said, and it's not even to say that this wasn't happening back then, because at the level of what it was, we weren't talking about mass. But again, out here, kids playing around, acting like they throwing up a certain sign, and they in a certain hood, they going to get ran up on. Again, that thing that happened on, what was that? I was just watching the NWA story, right? You know what I mean? Where they got on the bus and they told them, what was you just throwing up? You know what I mean? Like, that's real. That actually happens on a regular basis. So I can understand that situation of, you know, it looks different from our end, right? Because we're older, but at the same time, like, this stuff is happening all the time, and it's just a different generation of what their instance is, you know, it is of getting there. But go ahead, CV.
Nah, I mean, one, if these were to get banned, checking on Drew Brees' kids. They love these things. And if you read enough on the internet, they will tell you that that is the one thing that Drew Brees hates about New Orleans is that they've influenced his kids to love wearing shiesties. But nah, I mean, y'all have really hit the nail on the head with a lot of this stuff. And, you know, a lot of when you're talking about like gang culture and stuff like this, with which, you know, a lot of this stuff is tied to, these kids get indoctrinated young. You know what I mean? Like 11, 12, 13 years old. And like you're talking about, like, where the parents, like, they're born into it. You know what I mean? Like their parents are on the streets. So if you're getting born into that, like, that's just normal to you. It's not. And like Ricardo mentioned, if these kids don't care, you know, if they already think that their life is over, bro, what is it to be running on a bus and, you know, literally trying to do a headshot straight to the dome on another like 13, 14-year-old kid? Like, it's just wild to think about, because like E was mentioning, it's not like this stuff hasn't been going on forever, but nowadays with social media, with people going live,
Access. Oh, yep.
you know, we know more about people now than we've ever known. So this stuff is just, one, it's more public, and we also live in a copycat culture where people see something and they're like, oh, my man went live and did this crazy ass shit, like, I'm gonna do something crazier and I'm gonna go viral. So not to say that all of this stuff is tied to shiesties, but when we're talking about a certain perception,
Yep.
and what these represent, like, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, you're up to no good if you're wearing these joints.
So it's so crazy how the mentality has changed. I mean, obviously, it starts from a lot of it starts at home, right? Upbringing, and it's hard for us to understand because I think we were all raised the right way, or the right way to us, what seems right, right? Right. So I think it's just hard to understand a lot of this mentality, what's happening here. One, it's out of our age range, and
Yep.
two, like the homes that we came from, there was, you were talking about like full families, grandparents involved, parents involved, aunts involved, cousins involved, you know, brothers involved, sisters involved. Like, we had that atmosphere, and nowadays that atmosphere doesn't exist. So it's hard to understand.
The
Easy
support
to
system
judge.
is the set. Like, what are
Ex-
you supposed to do when the support system is the set?
Exactly.
You know what
And
I mean?
like, your parents used to, the simplest things from right from wrong, and you don't want, like, I tell Park all the time, like, you know, you don't want to do anything bad. You might end up in jail. Like, you know, this could, and now there's no fear of being locked up. There's no fear. There's not, like, the whole mentality has changed. And that's the scary part. As an adult, knowing how the world is operating, that is the scary part. Now, we got a couple speed rounds I want to go through, get you guys' opinion on certain things. Now, this just in. This just in. Adrian Peterson said he hasn't retired yet. He never said he hung his cleats up. And at 38, he thinks he can make an NFL comeback. He can land a roster spot. Minute or less. I want you to hear you guys' responses. Starting with UCB.
So one, this is Washington Redskin Commander football team legend Adrian Peterson. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. This is the short answer. My man wants those game checks. He needs those game checks.
I was going to go there. He needs.
But I love AP. That's like one of my favorite players of all time.
Sit down somewhere, bro. Wait. Yeah, sit down somewhere, bro. Wait until NCAA comes out and then NFL, and let you get you your little EA sports checks,
some likeness money.
Because outside of that, bro, like, and the only thing about it is, in that sense, is like, at the end of the day, because we talked about this before on Live from the Cheap Seats, by the way, on Tuesdays, plug, is that they don't value the running backs. So he could potentially end up being a third option when taking low money. But again, how long is he going to be able to hold up? So at the end of the day, sit down with your family, bro.
I'm not taking any 38-year-old running back, no matter what they have done for the league, because there's plenty other 24
Their
younger
team's not taking 28-year-old running backs.
Come on. There's the XFL now. There's the USFL. I can find me a running back that can be a workhorse. I don't need Adrian Peterson. Granted, he's done amazing things in his career with the ACL injuries and coming back and almost breaking the rushing title. He had an amazing year. Hang it up. But the thing is, this goes again to the younger generation. Take care of your money. We know this is why he hasn't hung it up yet. Last time we saw Adrian Peterson, he got knocked out by Le'Veon Bell. If he had took care of his money, he wouldn't be in the ring celebrity boxing, taking any old check.
Get your chickens together.
Take care of your money. Next speed round question. Not a question, but Melo hung it up. He's hanging it up. Dropped the commercial. I thought he had one more run in him. Thought somebody would give him opportunity this year or definitely next year after taking a year off, just needing the veteran leadership. But doesn't look like it's going to happen. Doesn't look like he wanted to happen. He's all in on Cayenne now, coaching him up. And Cayenne is a hell of a basketball player and probably will be in the league one day. He's the name alone of who his dad is will get him there. So, but I think Carmelo had a hell of a career. He'll be in the Hall of Fame in 2 years. I put up all the teams that I think I got all the teams he was with. I'm going to say his legacy is with Denver. That's where, even though he had some great New York years, but I still think Denver was where it was all at. But shout out to Melo. Congrats on a great career. He did it his way. E.
Hall of Famer for sure. Probably we won't see a score like that as far as being able low post at mid range. He didn't have to have the 3 ball in order to like really stay in the game, if you will. And definitely his son has already picked up on his tendencies as far as just the type of scoring that he could, that he was. And last but not least, shout out to Melo for actually trying to bring back the all black low Air Force Ones.
We were talking about
before he stepped out of the league.
So the one jersey that you don't have up here is him in his Syracuse uniform. The year that he led them to the national championship, my friend Allison, whose favorite color is orange, picked her entire NCAA tournament bracket based off of that color. And because Melo carried Syracuse to that title, she won the entire pool. That's his legacy as far as I'm concerned. So, all the great stuff, the Jordan deal, his kids coming up, that's his legacy, helping Allison win that tourney. Like, shout out to Melo. The real Melo.
Did I put in the chat about what was awkward about that commercial?
I don't think so.
I didn't put in the chat what was awkward about that commercial.
Oh, you talking about the kids part?
Yeah.
Yes. He's got multiple kids. You wouldn't know.
But he showed the picture of his daughter, a girl, but went straight to Cayenne. Didn't say anything else. But look, Melo, you did it your way, dog. Well, you did it your way. That's all. Yeah. And speaking of doing it their way, Grant Thompson does it his way. Look, on the weekends, WSRE 10. Hit him up, DC Shy Pod, official pizza, the We Are Something Else podcast. I think we'll be hitting Grant up soon for at Pro Shares for something. But look, Chicago Deep Dish Style Pizza, one of our first Black Business Series guests. Look, Grant started this business out of his home during the pandemic. Don't tell me you can't do nothing out here. Shout out to Grant, all the wonderful folks at DC Shy Pod. And now, here we go.
Boom, boom, boom.
All righty.
Again, shout out to everybody who is in the chat watching. If you're not on the chat, don't matter. we appreciate you guys being on here. Also following us on the AMP world. I'm gonna get straight into this because this is one of those things that I feel like has to be said. Somebody's auntie, somebody's uncle, maybe even the grandparents, if they still around, should say it. They don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it anyway. In regards to this weekend coming up of a let's just call it a holiday.
Summer kickoff.
Yeah, right. Even though this weather out here ain't acting like that. But anyway, that's a whole nother step. Anyway, so it got me to thinking because it was years ago. I had this conversation with Ma Dukes, and she was very upfront about it. But there's a certain level of maturity that comes with the type of items that you were supposed to bring, or that you should put your name on when it comes to like a potluck style of barbecue or cookout, wherever the hell you from, whatever they call it. So this isn't just it's straight up to the point. If you are over the age of 25 and you have a family function, you have a friend function, these items that are listed here or that are shown here, your ass is not allowed to bring. Why? Because you've grown, you got a job, you better get something else. Use your money to definitely bring. Don't be like, I'll get the paper plate. Because guess what? There's a reason why I put those on there. Because those are the ones from the previous party. Those are the ones from Parker's, you know what I'm saying, his birthday party last year that we still had leftovers from. Now, I understand everybody wants to get into that situation of, why buy some new stuff? So. Why buy new stuff? No. And then do you see the paper plate? That's not even a good one. That's not even that shit. You got to put 5 of them just to carry 2 damn items on. Listen,
I can't play with that shit.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, if you are over 25 and this is the shit you sign up for over a family function or a friend function, you ain't shit. I'm telling you ain't shit. And you just really ain't shit for bringing this and even acting like this is what I'm going to bring to this ain't the, come on, man. This is for the college kids who don't have money. This is for the, you know what I'm saying? Like the ones that the ones that that are having a hard time. They're supposed to bring this shit, not you who's doing just well for themselves and got the fucking J's on at the barbecue.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I think that's I really do think that's like the cutoff. Yeah, you can't be wearing some fire ass sneakers and showing up with the paper plates and the plastic utensils and all that, man. Like, it kills me because, like you said, man, those specific paper plates, you need like 10 of those joints. Like, garbage. Otherwise, like, you got salad dressing is leaking through that. Like, come on, man. So
those plates aren't good for anything.
It kills me because when you think of like a big family get together, like sometimes it's not even paper plates. Sometimes it's straight up the cartons, the doggy bag joints. Like, that's how you know the cookout is going to be good, because they're ready for you to take some stuff back. So yeah, nah, like he was saying, if you're a grown ass man, you're a lady, you got a job and all that, like, sorry, you graduated above this level. You got to be bringing something to the table. Buy a pie. You don't got to make nothing, but bring something of substance to the party, not this stuff. I'm with E.
Yeah, I agree. Ain't much I can say, except those plates are horrible. I can't believe they still make them. Why? Things have changed over the years, and these plates have stayed the damn same. They haven't changed the dynamic or the structure of these plates. They haven't updated them. These plates are still there. And like styrofoam cups.
You know what? How much money they're making off of these plates? It's like 100%. It's like 10,000%. It's got to be.
Things are horrible. Yeah, no, I agree. And then if you can't cook, don't try to cook something and bring it. Go to the store and buy some chips or something. If you can't cook,
the thing about it is you're gonna get talked about anyway. So why get talked about bringing that shit to the group? You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't do it. Just go ahead and just
because you're gonna get clowned. Like if you're with the right people, you're at the right cookout. You do something like that, you're gonna get clowned. Like, come on, bro. Come on.
Damn! You show up with those.
No, and the thing is, I'm really thinking about what he was saying. Like, you show up in some J's, like you just hit the got 'em on sneakers, and then you're showing up
fresh. Yep. Oh, speaking of J's. Yo, real quick, shout out to the Soul Tales crew. Fellas, next Thursday is the end of the month, and it's a Thursday. So I think it's Soul Tales time. So yeah, next Thursday is it's the 31st. So I think it's Soul Tales time. So I think that's what next week's show will be. Soul Tales. Plenty of sneaker news to talk about. But CB, you got some sneaker news to talk about tonight. What do you have for that cop or drop?
So you guys may have heard that 2X just got back together. Kanye and Adidas are back in bed. Adidas announced that on May 31st, they're doing a huge Yeezy drop. There's already a few pairs that are on the Confirmed app that you can sign up for. We're running the gamut from, some 700s. There's some foam runners on there. You got some of the slides. You got some 350s. There's a lot of stuff. As we know, Adidas has a lot of stock stored up. We're not talking like, market like the New York Stock Exchange. We're talking physical pairs of shoes in the warehouse that they need to get rid of, literally burning a hole in their pocket. So what's the best way to do it? Do a Yeezy drop where they don't have to mark anything down. They just sell it for retail. Some of the standouts, at least in my opinion, they're doing another drop of the Zebra 350s and the Pirate Black 351s. Like, those are the original are some. So my main question is, for Coppers, are any of these pairs that Adidas Yeezy announced that you're actually looking for on the 31st? For me, it's really just the Pirate Black 350 V1s. But again, like, really, since Ye's been the last, like, the whole fallout with Adidas, I really haven't been wearing a whole lot of Yeezy stuff. Like, that's just kind of how it's been. But we know that when it comes to the brand, my man still moves units. So is there anything that y'all are checking for on the 31st?
Perhaps the Pirate Blacks. And then we'll probably talk about this again next week on Soul Tales. But I feel like this Yeezy movement, it's not a real Yeezy movement. It's not. We know it's not hands-on Yeezy. He's far away from Adidas right now. He's really just collecting the check, and they just need his permission to sell the rest of the stock of these shoes, because there's no really new designs. This is just all Yeezy supply kind of stuff. What's left over. There are some decent things up there you can probably cop, but yeah, I don't know. It just feels different this run, and I'm assuming once the stock is gone, we won't get any more Yeezys, perhaps, unless they mend their relationship. But yeah, I think the Pirate Blacks will be the only ones that I would potentially go for. Actually, third one in from the top at the top. The white one, the white ones, those are actually pretty dope too.
That was one of the newer joints that had come out. But
we didn't get many drops of those, because those are all red pair of those too. But I think those would be the only ones I'd be interested in.
Wonder how Ricardo feels based on. You see the chat?
I mean,
probably the black slides.
He looks.
potentially the blue sides for Ma Dukes.
I love a slide too.
She was intrigued that they had that color. Kind of upset they didn't come out with those in a nice red color, but that's another
Right.
story. I don't know. I want a pair of the foam runners just to kind of, I think it's like one of those like, you're in the house a lot. Those is like probably some comfortable like in the house joints and
Right.
Again, when I wouldn't mind that. Again, there's no real stake behind this. This is one of those, kind of sneaker app ish. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. I'm not gonna, hold you. But
what's the Desert Rat number? That's 750.
Desert Rats.
No,
500s.
fourth one across.
500s. So that's the utility black 500.
Yeah, but that's a 500. Okay, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind. I don't have a pair of 500s, so I wouldn't mind putting
those. The outsole of those is from one of the old Kobe pairs, if I'm not mistaken, or it's like one of the old
Kobe.
It was like one of the midsole models that they used on there. Ye picked it out to use it on the 500. It was something like that.
Yeah, dope. All right, fellas, time for show and tell. Look, let me let's do this. Let's keep it quick. While we're on the subject of Adidas and a little bit of sports, what's going to happen? Let's just show a pair of these. Adidas basketball line is pretty dope. I love colors. So we're just going to do, obviously it's green because you can see straight through it. But these are the hardened step back twos. I love colors. It's a nice peach colorway. But shout out to Adidas. I don't play basketball. I just rock these nice summer shoes. You can rock them straight up.
Mm-hmm.
So, Yeah, we're going with the apparel this go round. Shout out to the black businesses. We had the Black Business Series with Chef on here.
Last week,
and Cleo got the Vets hoodie on. This one is I wouldn't necessarily say up and coming, but they did do a collab with Jordan. But this is Eastside Golf.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And definitely she look into it. They got a lot of golf apparel. I got this hoodie from my birthday because it was my birthday. But outside of that, they got everything. They still have some Jordans on there. They got ones. They got a bunch of collabs, some different colorways.
They did that 12, right? Or that was that 13. Yeah,
it was a 12.
12. Yeah,
it was an orange. It was like that orangish brown.
Yeah.
But listen, dope story. If you guys, check it out, they got a dope story in regards to that. But again, if I'm gonna be out on that golf course with some J's on, I might as well go ahead and look good with the rest of it. So
yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
All right, so we know B will buy a shirt if he thinks it will increase his chances of getting a pair of shoes. I bought a pair of shoes. And then later on down the line, bought a shirt to match the shoes. But it's untraditional because the shirt that I bought is for Cafe Du Monde. So the shoes that came along with it were these Saucony Shadow 5000s, which are
the baguettes, right?
The beignets.
Beignets, that's beignet.
So you can see the top looks like powdered sugar. There's actually like a more white version of the shoe, which is like the friends and family pair or whatever. But these joints are crazy. I love these. This is one of my favorite collab pairs that I've ever picked up.
Yeah,
I remember being in the airport with my brother-in-law, getting a Soul Links alert that these got restocked, and jumping on there to try to grab myself a pair, and I did not. So I ultimately had to go to StockX and get my pair resale. But These are Saucony's. Saucony. I really don't know what the proper
I say
pronunciation
Saucony
is.
because it sounds
Yeah.
better.
But these joints are sick. I love these. So it's a shoe related or a food related shoe. And I think they dominated these. Like these are sick. So yeah,
That's
we're busting these out tonight.
Sure. Right. Did you go after the Air Max ones today? Everybody was quiet in the chat. First of all, I forgot. Me and CB had that conversation. I forgot, but also it's probably a good thing I forgot because I did put in for the Witherspoons that dropped this week. So
yeah, nah, it was one of those like it was a GR. Like I was assuming it was gonna be easy. I had a meeting. I went for them like 30 minutes later, and I still, they were just sitting there. So I got them. I tell Kaleo about me, and all of a sudden, Sneakers is like, "Oh no, we're sold out of everything now." And I'm like, "Damn."
You still answer the question yet, E?
No. Is my silence giving it away? No, I did. I forgot about them. Wait, I got the notification.
We'll add you, Carter. Yeah. We'll add you, Carter.
No. Forgot about the notification.
Ricardo does need to be added to that group chat.
But I definitely was like, damn. And then I think something happened. 10 minutes later, I went back on there, and I was like, oh, well, they're still there, so I'm good. Went back like 5 minutes later, the shit's was gone. So they're still showing that they're still available. They're just in the sizes
right.
that
it's like small sizes. And
yeah.
It was one of those things where Air Max ones have been sitting. So I was like, yo, this isn't a collab or anything. Like these will be fine. So, I wasn't stressed at 10 a.m. Eastern, but
yeah. I think you're in the algorithm now for Air Maxes, and they just like, well, we got to hold on to one pair for CB because
they better.
Right. And these are the ones I like because they reminded me of the Liverpool colors, the colorway that I didn't get, which on StockX is actually affordable to get. And these are affordable to get. So I might have to circle back and try to grab those.
Mm-hmm.
But look, fellas, first of all, we appreciate everybody for watching and tuning in. Anissa, Ren, Be Easy, Chuck Claggett, Regular, and a couple other folks that probably watching and didn't say nothing. Shout out to Chef because I think Chef has us broadcasted at the Cigar Lounge, which we got some things we're going to do up there with Chef hopefully soon. But look, let me tell you where you can find us in these streets. I saw that.
Hey, Chef, listen, man, Chef, get them red cups from Pizza Hut, bro. Put them in the Cigar Lounge for sure.
Yeah, we gotta make some moves with Chef. We can go up there and do something. But let me show you. We can find us in these streets. Look, we call ourselves. Well, I named us the community. Look, because we gotta come together. Only way we're gonna succeed is with each other. So where you can find us, let's start with Sundays. B, tell Takeover, or you can send it. Just send me like a AMP profile pic or something, so I got it to the calendar. But we got Takeover Trina Sunday nights with Sexy Sundays. I believe that's what she's called. I think that's like a 9 o'clock show. B, or is it 8? Sexy Sundays. With
I was thinking you were going to say that's B's nickname. In the house.
In the house. But yeah, Sundays on AMP. We'll go 8 p.m. I think it's 8 p.m. That's Sundays.
Yeah.
Mondays. What we have on Mondays? Mondays is Be Easy. I don't have the calendar in front of me, but I'm gonna get us 9. Sexy Sundays with Takeover Trina on Sundays at 9. Mondays is Music Mondays with Be Easy Review. What I miss? I'm gonna do
what was that comment last night?
You were clowning E last night.
What was that comment you said last night?
But look, I know it. I'm getting it right. It just escaped me for a second. Mondays.
You just asked everybody for their name and time. You do not know it off the top of your head.
No. I asked for Takeover Trina's because she's new to the mix. Be Easy, 8 p.m. or Music Mondays on Mondays. Tuesday, live from the cheap seats, 8 p.m. CB and E Rich. I'm doing this off where you watch. And then 9 p.m. followed by them is Our Money Bags with Positive Vibes Only. Wednesdays, our family from the Hot Seat Podcast, Sean Xavier, Over the Hump, 5 p.m. Also 5 a.m. that morning, they released their new episode of the Hot Seat Podcast. Shout out to those fellas. 9:30 p.m. Wednesday nights. We got It's Not Me, It's the Music with my man, Black Wall Street, a.k.a. E. Rich. Thursdays, 8 p.m. we got Keeping It Regular with my man Cardo. He had a good set tonight, R&B set tonight. 9 p.m. There's supposed to be something announced soon. We'll figure that out. 9:30 live on YouTube where we are right now. WRSE Podcast live. And then on Fridays at noon, We Are Something Else presents The Abstract with your boy Kaleo. Now look, tomorrow. I normally go about an hour. But since it's a holiday weekend, maybe I'll do an hour and a half. I'm not going to push it. We'll see. We'll read the room. But tomorrow is all about the Neptunes. My favorite producers out of everybody, Pharrell and Chad, want to do a show dedicated to them. But that's it. Appreciate everybody for watching. Any comments that I missed before we get out of here?
He was reading the shit out of all of that, by the way. He's got two screens over there.
I was not. I was focused. I know it. I know it. It's not hard.
Listen, I'm fucking with you.
I know you.
You gave me a hard time. You gave me a hard time, so I gotta give you a hard time.
Ren, appreciate you. But that's it. See everybody tomorrow. Any last? There you go. Oh, you know what? Damn it! This weekend when you go to your cookout, you don't want to crease your Air Force Ones or your Jordan ones, whatever. They mids or highs or lows. Shout out to Crease Beast. Wear your Crease Beast because every sneakerhead hates a good crease right across the middle of that damn shoe. There you go. Yeah, Crease Beast for the lobsters. That's what you need right there.
Yep.
Boom. Shot, what's good, bro? Yeah, shout out to everybody. And then again, thank everybody for watching. And we want to say again, rest in peace to the lovely Miss Tina Turner.
The best.
All right, y'all. See y'all tomorrow at noon.
Peace.
Peace.
Out.